Hello guys, so today I wanted to bring a topic that I ran into today. So today I went to go eat and I ordered some fajitas and I like to eat. I like to know what I'm eating and I like to taste a little samples before I make people, cook and if I don't like it, I don't want to waste food. So today I went to this restaurant and I ordered some fajitas. Every time I go to this restaurant, I sort of do have issues, but they've never been big issues where I just have to call people's attention because they're issues that, they're mistakes that can be handled efficiently. So today I went to the Mexican restaurant. Unfortunately, it was a Spanish restaurant, and I am embarrassed because I feel that Spanish restaurants are such a big food chain in the industry, especially in the states. That it's just one of those cultures that is really rich, and it embarrasses me when I go to a Spanish restaurant because I cook these things. And if I'm gonna go and spend time and go to your restaurant and even though I cook these things, I know every person has a different way of making food. But if I go to a restaurant, I expect to be served just like everyone else. And just because I'm Spanish doesn't mean that me and you are brothers and sisters and you can treat me how you want to treat me because we're the same color. No. You're going to treat me like a customer. So anyways, so I went to this restaurant and I ordered some fajitas. My mom got the same thing. I added uh, a side of chicken fajitas, and the ones that come with a plate are beef. So my mom's food, they bring the food, uh, and my mom's portion is bigger than mine. And when I see my portion, it's like they replaced the half of the half of the fajitas that I was supposed to get, and replaced it with the chicken, the side chicken that they were charging me $4 or $5. And I called this to the lady that was uh, seating us, and our host or whatever you call them. And she says, "No, this is how it is." And I said, "No, look at my mother's, and look at mine." And I pointed out, "You're charging me for a half that I'm missing." And I said, "Call me greedy or whatever, but I want the same portion as my mother's." And if you look at my food, you can tell that the guy literally sliced the fajita, took half of it off, replaced it with chicken. I said, "You don't do that. I deserve my regular portion plus my side of chicken that I ordered." I said, "Can you please take it back and fix it?" She's like, "No, because she already ordered it." As far as I know, food is a product. And I explained to her, "You cannot force me to buy something that I do not want." She stated with, "Well, you ordered this, then you're going to have to pay for it." And I said, "No, you are going to take it back. And you're going to either give me back my portion and put my chicken in a separate plate, or you can take your order back and I'm not going to order anything." Then she's like, "Well, you already ordered it, and if you don't take it, we're going to have to throw it away." I said, "That's not my problem. I don't want it anymore." And as far as I know, if you're selling a product, you have to be willing to have a returning policy. And if you don't have a returning policy, then you have a problem. You cannot sell an item and not be willing to return it. And it's not like I ate the freaking food or touched it. I saw the portions and I said, "Hey, um, the portion is wrong." And it just irked me because if you go out and eat, guys, make sure that they're serving you properly and the proportions are equal or equivalent to what you need to be getting. So it became a big issue to me. So I was trying to be, the lady that I am, and I called the cops and I said, "Hey, what is the proper way of handling this?" I said, "I'm not pleased with my food. They're forcing me to buy something that I'm unhappy with. I don't want to eat it." And they said, "Well, you need to talk to the food people in the city, and they're gonna send someone and investigate or whatever." So they gave me the number, and I called. And I'm a very upfront, blunt individual, and I told. And maybe this was my problem, like the only wrong thing that I said, because it wasn't the server's fault. It's the manager's, because he should be the one who should come to me and try to fix the issue. And my mistake was I was trying to take it out on the server when it wasn't her fault. So I apologized and I said, "Hun, it's not your fault. My problem isn't with you. My problem is with the cook and with the manager, because they're charging me a missing portion of the food." And I said, "But it's not your fault." So moving forward, and I told her, "What is your name?" I got her name. And I said, "Where's your manager?" They said, "Oh, he's not here." So then I got really angry. And I said, "Where is he at? Because I need to speak, he or she, I need to speak to one of them, because I'm very angry and very upset." So I guess they ended up calling him, but apparently he was gone. I don't know what happened. But it turns out the cook was apparently the owner. And I told the cook, well, before the cop got there, the cook was cooking, and he wasn't showing his face. But then when they called the cops, because I only called the cops to inquire information, but they call the cops, and he comes. The cop comes, and I'm like, "No, I don't have any money, not on me. I'm not gonna use my card." Anyways, so then the cop tells me, "What's the problem?" And I said, "Well, what's going on? Because I didn't call you, so therefore you must tell me what's going on." Then he told me everything that I said, and the cop was trying to give me problems. So, me speaking in a professional manner, I told the cop, "I didn't call you," and I told him my side, and I said, "I don't want to buy this product. They want me to buy it." And he's like, "Just do the courtesy and just pay for your food if they don't have a problem with it." I said, "I don't have a problem with the food. I have a problem with the quality and the proportions." And after that, I said, "I don't have, nor do I have to deal with you. They called you, therefore they can handle you. You can speak to them, because I already called, and I called for information, and they told me that I did not, that they weren't going to come, and that I did the right thing to just call them to just find out what's going on." So I did, and I said, "So I did my part. I don't need to do with you. The manager called you. You can talk to him. If I'm not getting arrested," I said, "Am I getting arrested?" He's like, "No." And I said, "Is there an altercation that you see here?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Am I going to jail?" He's like, "No." And he laughs. And I'm like, "Well, then they're the ones who called you. They're the ones you have to talk to. I don't have to talk to you, and I'm good." And he said, "Well, buddy, the least you can do is just pay for the food. Don't cause problems." And that's what irked me, and I told the freaking cop. I said, and he was a Spanish cop, so he understood. And I said, I said, you know what? You know, I am under the courtesy and pay for the food, and I'm gonna have my documentation. He's like, just take this to civil court. I mean, and just it's a civil issue. I can't. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, you idiot. If it's a civil issue, why are you talking to me? Long story short, I called. They're gonna come see the restaurant, and hopefully they talk to them because that facility there is just ridiculous. And the whole point of this video is for you to stand up if you feel an injustice, if it's related to your food or if it's related to what you buy. Don't let someone, cheap you off out of your food or a product that they promise and they do marketing for it, then it turns out to be shit. So you tell me what you think about this video. I am so over it, so see you later. Bye-bye.